Hello and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review for August 3rd, 2015. And if you like the video and would like to see more videos from myself, Daniel Gaza, please click the subscribe button and I greatly appreciate it. So with that, we get started, and last night's Monday Night Raw was from San Jose, California, the home of WrestleMania 31. So we kick off last night's Raw with a great 10-bell salute for the late, great Roddy Piper. They had the entire locker room on stage, and they played a really well put together tribute video for a man that did so much for this business, and a man who was one of the all-time greats and really helped put the WWF on the map. He was just as influential as Hogan was. So it was a really great tribute, really nice thing, and we're going to miss you, Roddy. We really are. So with the tribute, we move into the first segment of Raw. It kicks off with Seth Rollins coming out to the ring, and he's wearing his new Never Shuts Up shirt. I actually kind of like this shirt, and Rollins basically challenges Cena. He wants to face him one more time, title versus title at SummerSlam. And he basically says if Cena doesn't show up, he should have to forfeit his title. I actually liked this promo by Rollins. I thought it was a good way to start the show. And he says, well, if Cena can do a U.S. Open challenge, I'm going to have my WWE World Heavyweight Open challenge. And he tries to con his way out of it by saying his opponent must be under 6 feet, under 100 pounds. It looks like he's going to face El Torito, but we get Neville. So we have Neville versus Seth Rollins. This was a very good match. These two work very well together, and there were two near falls where I thought Neville was going to win the WWE title, and I almost lost my freaking mind. I was like, oh my God, Neville, can he do it? And when he hit that red arrow, I really thought he had Rollins down for the 3 count, but damn, it was just a great match. It really made Neville look good, and Rollins got, a clean win and helped him look stronger heading into SummerSlam. After that, we had a nice, fun 8-man tag match with Los Matadors and the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day and the Ascension. It was a fun tag match. I thought every team really got the opportunity to shine. We had the New Day getting the win after Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise on Kalisto. And Xavier Woods during this entire match was just getting on my nerves. The man was just trash-talking the entire time. But I enjoyed seeing the primetime players on commentary, and it should be interesting to see who their opponents will be moving into SummerSlam. And then we have a women's match at the top of the hour. We have the Bella Twins versus Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Again, another solid match. The Divas Revolution continues. The crowd was really rooting for Charlotte tonight, and she looked really good. Becky also got a good reaction, and it was great to see Charlotte make Nikki tap out. So that was really good, and I'm interested to see what they do with the women heading into SummerSlam. It's one of the matches that I'm actually looking forward to when I make the trip to New York City. Then there was a nice little backstage interview with Team Bad being interviewed by JoJo. And this led to Naomi challenging Paige to a match. And I really like how Naomi, Tamina, and Sasha Banks, the way they interact with each other, I feel like they have good chemistry. And they really work well off each other with them as a faction. And I like having the sorority submission Submission Sorority, for Team Page now being known as that. So I really like having these different factions within the women's division. It's something new and it freshens up the division a whole lot. Moving on, we had a Miz TV segment. First, he said none of this would be possible without Piper's Pit, which was the first, in my opinion, the best WWE talk show in the company's history. So that was a nice thing that The Miz did. And he had Kevin Owens out. And Kevin Owens and Cesaro, I thought this was a really good segment. There was some tension back and forth between Kevin Owens and Cesaro. Cesaro basically called Owens out. He said, "Are you just going to walk, Owens? Walk." Owens tried to blindside Cesaro and Miz. Cesaro set him up for the swing. I really thought he was gonna swing Owens, but of course they're just teasing it. And they're gonna save it for SummerSlam, and it looks like we're gonna get a Cesaro versus Owens match, and that's gonna be a really great match at SummerSlam. Moving on, after the match, Rusev beat Mark Henry in a quick squash. It really was nothing. Then we had King Barrett beat Zack Ryder. Quick squash. I don't know what they're doing with Barrett. I wish they just dropped the King Barrett gimmick and go back to Bad News Barrett, but they won't. Then we had Paul Heyman and his client, the Beast, the one in 22-1, Brock Lesnar, return to Raw and issue an ultimatum. And Heyman cut this fantastic promo that really sold the match between Taker and Lesnar at SummerSlam. And how Heyman said this match is going to be too big for WrestleMania, and it's going to happen at SummerSlam, and that The Undertaker is going to Suplex City, and that you will not be safe from the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. So this was a really great promo by Heyman. And afterwards we had a match between Paige and Naomi. And again, they gave the women enough time. It was a solid match. I really enjoyed this. Again, I enjoy seeing two women's matches, backstage promos on Raw. It really helps to move the show along, especially with there being 3 hours. I don't see why not. The women can't have 2 matches on a 3-hour show. And Paige hits the flying crossbody, and she hit the PTO for the submission win over Naomi. So a good, solid match. Also announced for next Monday, actor Stephen Amell, plays Arrow, will be on Raw. So that should be interesting to see where the storyline goes between him and Stardust, Cody Rhodes. And then we had our main event, which was a 6-man tag. It was Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Sheamus. You know, for what it was a fun main event with the babyfaces going over. The crowd was actually really into this match. So that was good to see, and it was kind of had a feeling the babyfaces would win. There was a lot of brawling back and forth, just really chaos all over the place, with guys being thrown into the announce table, and just back and forth. It looked like Wyatt was going to get the win, and then Sheamus got hit with the RKO, and then Reigns Superman punch, and overall, it was just tonight's Raw. I thought was another solid show. I really enjoyed the 3 hours. The tribute to Roddy was great. I felt like there was solid build moving into SummerSlam, and I look forward to seeing where next week's Raw goes, and moving into the final Raw before SummerSlam. So with that, I would give Raw, I'm going to give it a B+ tonight, because I really enjoyed it. The only 2 segments that I didn't enjoy was Rusev versus Mark Henry, although for what it was a quick squash match, and Barrett versus Ryder, but again, that was a quick squash match. So yeah, I'm going to give Raw a B+ tonight. What I'd like to start doing in the future is also hopefully making NXT reviews, because I try to make sure to watch NXT every Wednesday. So that is something that I hope to add to the channel. Also be on the lookout for my SummerSlam preview video. I will be previewing my SummerSlam New York City trip. I will be making the trip to SummerSlam. I will be going to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I would like to make a preview video for that. And of course, the big event, SummerSlam 2015. So be on the lookout for those videos. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Delexman, and I recently donated to his Patreon account. So you can go to his channel, check out his videos. One of the best YouTubers on in YouTube on wrestling. So if you like him and you're subscribed to him, please donate to his Patreon account. And with that, I would like to close out this review and say thank you all for watching. With that, take it easy. Peace.